And welcome in the Waffleboard Breaks special Wednesday edition. How's everybody doing tonight? Waffleboard Breaks. We got 27 boxes, pretty good odds. Thank you everybody for grabbing spots and filling us up. Pretty good crowd, obviously. Again, I think it was like 12 or 13 different people have spots. I'd like to welcome back. We haven't seen you guys in a while. Semi recently. Anthony C's got a spot. Derek F has a spot. Trying to think what else is where's my other single spot? Jason R. Welcome with this spot. Let me see. We got we like to welcome in Daryl LeClaire. Daryl L, how are you? Like to see you become a regular with us. I know that you've been a hockey junkie in the past, and it seems to be you're getting back into the groove. So good luck to you. Obviously, I think this might be your first spot. I know I told you a while back about the break, so it's nice to see you stop in. I know you're familiar with over at Big Al's, who's breaking right now. So I know the football junkies are over there watching his stuff, and he'll be watching this at a later date. So don't spoil it if Big Al hits. He does have a couple spots. I'd like to see Sonic is here. Steve S, of course. Thomas M's got his spots. Tyrone, CK, who is in place to get a turkey. He's hit our last two jerseys. So we've had only a couple turkeys, I think, ever. So CK's in position to get a add himself to the turkey list. Dale C has his spot. Derek was nice enough to grab the spot for him. Mike H, of course, has a couple spots. And then he said, I think it's pretty good crowds, pretty good group of guys. So good luck, obviously, with the 1 in 27 odds. It's getting almost as good as it can get. Obviously, this is our last, or we have after today, we'll have 4 more boxes to go before the reload. Since we're doing it on Wednesday, you'll have 3 days to get in. You're actually 3 full days and Sunday to get your bids in for the last double box before the reload goes in. Obviously, Sunday we'll be looking at 1 in 26 and 1 in 25 box odds. So don't wait too long. Don't miss out on your spots, because this is going to be the best odds you can get for the double box break this Sunday. And I will have a couple freebies. So no matter how many odds boxes or spots you grab, your odds will increase to win one of the freebies I have. So it's, definitely behooves you to get some bids in on Sunday. Like I said, the best odds I can give you for the double box breaks. And, of course, there will be freebies as well. Just a celebration of the springtime. Weather's been getting good. I think it's going to be 92 degrees here in Jersey tomorrow. So it's obviously we're still in June, but we're starting to hit the period of the early summer when it's going to be pretty hot and heavy. So like to celebrate, obviously we'll be done hockey very shortly. I think by the end of next weekend, if it goes that long, with Florida up 2-1, game 4 is tomorrow. And I believe then I don't think they break till Sunday. So the way the schedule sets up, I think we'll be breaking every night that there's a game, as long as the playoffs continue, because obviously game 4 is tomorrow, and then we'll be breaking on Sunday and breaking on Tuesday and Thursday. So if it goes that far, we'll be breaking those nights. So make sure everybody, settles in to watch some good hockey. Hopefully the series goes as long as we can. Like I said, I would definitely like to see Edmonton even it up. That gives us a best of 3 for a cup, which would be pretty cool. Obviously, everybody would love to see Big Jesus and Draisaitl, raise the cup. But Florida winning back-to-backs is just as impressive. They definitely have earned it. Shrewd moves, bringing in Seth Jones and bringing in Marchand has been pretty, amazing to see their moves they made down the stretch. And, obviously they have cap room, and they have, a good veteran core, and, they have pretty much everything you need. You have a guy striving for a contract in Bennett, who's a good player, in normal situations, and he stepped up his game in this playoffs to be pretty much their most invaluable piece. Lots of big goals. obviously throwing his body around. He's a total package, especially in the playoffs. So I mean, it almost makes you forget that they have possibly the best defensive forward in the league in Barkov, who's their captain, and the absolute linchpin that got them to where they are right now. Matthew Mouthpiece Kachuk, and they got a future Hall of Famer in goal, in Bobrovsky, who has 2 Vezinas and won the cup last year. And they had a former number 1 overall pick in Ekblad on defense. I mean, guys like Gustav Forsling, contributing on the defense. I mean, obviously, it's just that team is almost perfectly built. And pretty much anything you throw at them, they've had their trials and tribulations. Obviously, they didn't have as good a year defending their cup coming into the regular season. They had some injuries here and there, and it's never going to be a smooth ride. Trying to repeat or to get to the finals for the 3rd straight season. So it's definitely you take your hats off to that team for doing what they're doing. But even though we'd love to see Edmonton finally get over the hump and win their cup, and most people feel that way because all the greats have definitely, not all the greats, but many of the all-time greats have actually drank from the cup, and it'd be nice to see McDavid and Draisaitl do that. Obviously, they got Game 7 last year and fell short by a goal, and this after we be down 2-1, they gotta show you if they have the moxie and come back and see if they can tie it up tomorrow. So it'd be interesting to see. Even then, like I said, even if they're down 3-1, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they can put it together and make another stretch and get back to 7 games. But we'll see. Like I said, tomorrow was the big game. Hope everybody's ready for the Game 4. Like I said, they always say every game is important, but a chance to be up 3-1 for Florida, having won last year, it's going to take a force of nature to stop them from winning. Some of the Florida, 6 years in a row, Thomas. I said the Bolts 3 years in a row, 2 cup wins, and now we're looking at Florida 3 years in a row with possibly 2 cup wins. So Florida's become the epicenter of hockey greatness. But obviously, they don't have the best players on that planet, but obviously they definitely have the teams when it comes down to it. I would like to see one of these Western teams. Obviously, Vegas won the cup. They took out Florida 2 years ago, and then obviously the year before Colorado, took out Tampa. So it's like, these teams, make their runs and they run into a Florida team, and it's just tough. Obviously, we went through the first couple for Tampa. You obviously had the pandemic, so obviously you're playing in empty arenas, which is kind of weird. But having one with the fans there as well, Tampa definitely is. And like I said, Tampa's window's not even completely closed yet. They're still one of the top 6 to 8 teams in the East. Obviously they retool. Obviously Brisbois GM has to have, the moxie in the trade, and cap. You got to juggle caps, and that's just what it is. But like I said, that's true. Nobody would have thought the Panthers. When the Panthers got the team, obviously they got to the finals 1 year, but it's been a long, slow road back for them. Obviously, when you get number 1 overall picks like Ekblad, you got to keep building around those young players. Bringing in guys from other franchises like Bennett and obviously and Reinhardt. You got to fit them in. Barkov was a top 10 pick. They've definitely. You make the shrewd trades. You got to move out a guy like Huberdeau was a top 5 pick, and you bring in a guy like Mouthpiece Kachuk to shake up your personality of your team, and those type moves. Every one of them matters because they go towards building the product we're seeing right now from Florida. It's as good a team as you can get, especially come playoff time. They've cut their teeth. Took the loss to Vegas. Won last year in Game 7 after giving up a 3-0 lead, and this year they just look like nothing. Unflappable. That's the kind of team they look like. You can't shake them. It's and they come at you physically, and they come at you with skill, and they come at you with a goaltender that can stop anything. So it's really a tough road to hoe for anybody that gets to them at this point in time. And obviously Edmonton did it last year and dug themselves out of a hole. You never want to get into that hole, but see if they can right the ship and tie it up tomorrow. So I'm really excited. I said, obviously for a non-Tampa Bay final game, I mean, obviously I rooted for Ovechkin to get to his, so that was fun. It's like I said, it's other than, but for a non-Tampa team in the final, I mean, I'll be as excited for tomorrow's game as any in recent memory. So, I mean, it's gonna be fun. So we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I got tons of work to do with the reload. I got another jersey in for the reload today. Arrived on my doorstep. I only have about 6 to 8, I think, for the reload. So I'm waiting for stuff to come in the next couple of days, and then I'll get the collages up because I hope to have at least 8 in the hands by this weekend. Most of the rest will be arriving by early to midweek next week. Obviously, I have to start everything live on Tuesday on eBay to end the following Sunday. So it's not really cutting the corner, not cutting it close, but it's, I like to have the stuff in hand. Some stuff coming from Canada, and it's that can be a bit, you're dragging their feet. Obviously, the postal issues with Canada has been, they had a strike up there, and it's never fast when you're getting stuff in from Canada because of customs. But I should have everything in hands. I'll definitely do a reload no matter what. I'm hoping it's 16, even if I have to sprinkle stuff in. The randomizer could help me out. I mean, like I have boxes with backups available, but even if I don't include them in this reload, at least be happy for the next reload. So it'd be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm excited with 27 boxes. I'm always excited to see what comes out. From here on out, it's like you can't get better odds than this anywhere. Like we were just over at Big Al's doing his breaks, and he purchased 13, 14, 15 boxes from that series, and that is 55 players. So to pick your player with 55 players, your odds are 1 in 55 because there's no repeats in that series. Now he only has 14 or 15 from that series. So I mean, every time he opens a box, when you claim spots, we got I think 16 or 17 claim spots. That's tough because you claim your spot, then you get an extra one. So I mean, it's pick one, get one, which is good because you got 2 spots. But even that, I mean, the spot you claimed really only has a 1 in 55 chance. Obviously, he's opened up a couple, so now he's down to 1 in 50, 51 is your odds because you don't know where the other boxes are. You don't know what they had them in them, but we got to wait till Big Al opens his. And, I like that because it's still a chance for me to get in breaks with you guys. And, I haven't had many opportunities. There's not many people that do, what I do or what Big Al does that's on a weekly basis. So it's good to get in breaks. It makes me feel good. But like I said, I'm not in these with you guys, but I'm there with you. I'm riding along. I'm riding shotgun as you guys take the plunge. And like I said, I do appreciate everybody, continually being involved with the WAFFLEBOARD breaks. Can't wait to see. Sunday's going to be really fun when you get down to 26 and 25 boxes for a double box break. It's pretty fun. Plus, I got freebies, and we'll see. Like I said, not everybody here does eBay, but everybody that does, make sure you get your bids in. I'm giving you an extra day here. We got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. So you have a long time to get your bids in. I don't want you to forget. Make sure you get over there and at least get your entry bids as a claim, as a reminder to come back later and get your bidding wars on Sunday, because I know that's where the battles occur, Sunday afternoon before they end. But I would hate to see somebody totally forget that they were ending. I'm like, oh yeah, forgot about the breaks. So even though it throws our schedule off a little this week by doing Tuesday and Wednesday, we're still doing the double box on Sunday. So let's get going. Without further delay, we're ready for tomorrow night's game 4 in the NHL. Let me get my randoms up here. So 1 box tonight, of course. We're down to 27 total boxes. It's exciting. I'm excited almost as you guys are. I'm just opening the boxes. Here we go. Okay. This is box 458, which boggles the mind to me. Let's get over here. Okay. Okay, let me see. Of course, we do 5 or more in our dice roll. The boxes are all here. We still have one from last year. It's box 60. Then we have 2 from February, 2 from March, 3 from April, 7 from the May reload, and then 12 still from the June reload, which was the end of actually May, but technically it's the June reload. So this next reload, technically we count. I guess we're going to do 2 Junes. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. Throws me off a little bit once we start compiling the weeks, start adding up to each other. So here we go. So up to number 10, 11th was our last box, and that's been hits. 3 was skipped. 60 is our oldest box. We won't have to skip 30. So we'll see. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Okay. I don't want to be over here. Let me get that over. Let's close that up. Okay. 5 or more in our dice roll. Let's see what we got, guys. Good luck, all of yous. 2 is no good. Roll again. 5 or more. And it is 10. So we will do the list 10 times. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. I don't know if high means new or old. Obviously, we have 12 from the last reload, which is what we hit. Last box. See if CK can complete his turkey. Or he throws a gutter ball. See what you got. 7, 10, 8s, 9. Is that 27 boxes? The box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 90. 90, not 60. 90. 27 boxes, 10 times. Box 90. 27 items, 10 times. Box 90. Here we go. Box 90. Make my mental, let me see my notes here. Box 90 it is. So we had 94, and now we had 90. I don't know where 90 is. Which was 90? 90. Okay. 90 it is. Okay. Okay, 90 is our top box on the right stack. 90. 90. So we're down to 26 after tonight. Box 90. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Where's my list? Box 90. Box 90. Okay. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Gets us down to 26 boxes. This is going to be, not a turkey, but this is a beauty. Rasmus Dahlin, and that is the specialty anniversary with the golds. Rasmus Dahlin, the swords, Buffalo Sabres. Rasmus Dahlin, 26. This is an absolute beautiful jersey. Let me see this one come out. See, that's JSA, COA. This is absolutely stunning. Rasmus Dahlin, former number 1 overall pick, franchise defenseman for the Buffalo Sabres. The swords represent. Look at this with the gold. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Absolutely stunning, beautiful crests on the anniversary jersey. The 50. Look at their former, well, obviously their current, obviously the goat head swords with the black and red and white. And obviously the Buffalo Slug, legendary Buffalo Slug. There's their logos over the years. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, fight strapped, the Adidas Pro models, and unbelievable gold texture on the Buffalo Sabres logo. Beautiful. Obviously, that same silver or same gold's fringe all the way around. That is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Adidas Rasmus Dahlin. I know. Let me see who has that. Let me double check here. And that goes to congratulations, Big Al. He was late to the party today, and his spots were still there, and he was able to jump in. He missed a couple of his spots, but he was able to grab the Darlene. So there it is. Congratulations. Nobody spoiled it for him. I know he's been watching this, so he said later he usually watches. So congratulations to Big Al to hitting the Rasmus Darlene. Thank you, everybody. And obviously, sorry for everybody that didn't hit. Your odds are now getting into the insane area, 1 in 26, 1 in 25 on Sunday, and we're down to 1 in 24 and 1 in 23 next week. So there we go. This is the time for you guys to shine, grab your spots, and hope for the best. Can't get better odds anywhere on the interwebs. Congratulations. That's an absolute beauty. That is a real nice. Like I said, I don't even have one. Like I said, I have just a regular the blue and yellow Darlene. So they're in the PC. So that's an absolute stunning 50th anniversary Adidas Pro models with the gold trim all the way around. Such a beautiful jersey. So congratulations. Go wait for that one to come out, because that one needs to see the light of day. Doesn't need to be boxed up for too long. So there we go. Congratulations to Big Al. Obviously, he missed out on his grabbing the Hellebuck last week, but he was able to hit the Darlene, one of his targets. So thank you very much, everybody, for the continued support. We hope to see you back here on Sunday, and definitely on Tuesday and Thursday next week when the odds are in insane territory. So thank you much. Everybody enjoy the game tomorrow nights. Obviously, the game 5 will definitely be taking place. I believe it'll be on Sunday when we're breaking. So we'll see. Like I said, that's going to be fun. Hopefully it's not Florida closing it out, but if they are, they earned it. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. But thank you much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you again this weekend. Enjoy. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out. Take care.